Hey, it's time for Goo Lagoon, doing the lookout roll. These are the points. And now we're gonna go listen to Gil talk to Larry.
Larry, how's the lifeguard business treating you?
You know, surf, sand, and sun. The usual.
Super! So, what tryouts do you have planned for our contestants?
Well, Gil, I have 3 beach activities that should test whether they have the right stuff.
Great! Let's see if they sink.
Or swim. Good one, Gil.
Okay, I'll be waiting. Let the games begin!
I don't really know why I keep showing those intros. It's not really like they say anything super important. It's just kind of introducing who will be judging the thing, which of course doesn't matter for the actual gameplay because you're just, it's just the game giving you points based on things. I wonder what the whole, what the math is behind the point system in this game. I've never really investigated that. But anyway, so yeah, this is the Goo Lagoon set of minigames. I am not a gigantic fan of these. I like the next 2 auditions a lot. But this one is my favorite of the 3, probably, just because, I mean, for one thing, it's pretty easy. I mean, I have every character being played on normal, and I'm, very much ahead, and not to spoil anything, because it's in post-commentary again, but, yeah, I kind of fucking murder it here. I'm so good against computers, holy shit. But yeah, by a pretty sizable margin, and with not a whole lot of effort. I mean, it's not like I, just kill it the whole time. I have my share of mistakes. But it's an easy and fun little race thing. You do have to kind of, be precise with when you're inflating and moving forward and all that stuff, because they'll knock you back and you can be hit by the beach balls or run into the sandcastles, but it's not very difficult. Once again, maybe one day I'll stream the silver and gold, since this is the bronze campaign. Maybe I'll do the silver and gold ones. But yeah, look, I mean, the next person behind me only has 800 points, and I'm at almost 2,500 now, so it's, yeah, very easy to rack up points if you're just in front of everyone consistently. But yeah, not much to say about this one. I'm just kind of winning the race by a substantial margin for the majority of it here. Oh, I will, before we get too deep into the video, I will say that, yes, I missed, Tuesday for the upload of, Madagascar Part 9, so that'll be up tomorrow. I have that recorded now, but tomorrow, or yesterday, when I was going to upload it, so I recorded the video for it, because it was also in post-commentary. I recorded the video for it in the morning, and then I started getting ready to go out, and my plan for that day was I was gonna get my, my PA license, because I've been just staying here as not a actual permanent resident for the last 5 years, because I've been in college and living either in university housing or in, temporary near university housing that, and I never knew year to year exactly where I'd be staying or where I'd be working or anything like that. And so, I, want to vote in local elections here, since this is where I live and will be living, for at least the foreseeable future, and, I needed to register here. So I went to the Department of Transportation building, and my plan was to do that, and then I was going to see Ad Astra to review it on the other channel. But I ended up being at the PennDOT building for about 4 hours. And Ad Astra's last day in theaters was today. And today's already almost over, so that's not happening. So I'm probably just going to be missing out on that movie for now, which is fine because October and November, the release slates for movies are, you know, filled with stuff that I want to see and are very much, you know, something that I'd want to save up money for. So, I'm gonna just hold off on it for now. Which sucks, you know, always want to be doing the things for the content, but, you know, the errands got in the way. Anyway, this mini game I think is called Wait and See, and yeah, it's pretty self-evident what it's about. You're putting the weights on the barbell, and then you have to line up your character toward the middle in the green spot, and that will let them lift it well, and whoever gets to all 4 of them done at the end is the winner. And yeah, usually the 2 computer teams are just fucking incompetent. I'm not a huge fan of this one. It's kind of a uninteresting, slow-moving kind of thing. It can also be kind of awkward. I don't know if you saw just now, but I had to just kind of wait around for another red weight to roll by before I could do the 2 reds one. But anyway, yeah, it just ends once people get to the end, so... Smoked 'em. Man, I really like autosaving. I've been playing through one of those old Scooby-Doo games recently, and it has an autosave feature, and it's a fucking godsend. Honestly, like, early 2000s console games very much spoiled me. And I guess to an extent a lot of new games, or at least new games that I've played, are pretty good about saving. But some games have save functions that are really fucking convoluted, and I'm not a big fan of those. Like, anytime you have to go to a certain location in the game and, like, do something, or you need to activate an item before you can do it, that's dumb. I mean, I don't want there to be, like, no sense of risk or, I guess, anxiety about having to be taken back to the beginning of a certain part of the game. And yeah, wow, that was the first thing that I ended up getting. I don't know what was up with my aim here. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this one either. This is just a fishing thing. I don't know if I've said it before, but I kind of hate fishing in video games. I just find it to be... I've never liked doing it in pretty much any game. Usually the actual controls of it are annoying, and... I mean, real fishing is annoying, because you sit there and, like... I don't mind if it's a fishing game. Like, this is not that bad because it has to do with powering up, and you don't even really have to aim, especially with these beach balls. If you just kind of do it in the general vicinity, like power-up vicinity that it's in, it's gonna hone in on it. And yeah, this is where I make my big comeback, because these beach balls are worth like 4,000 points each. But yeah, I've never, like fishing in Toontown sucks ass. I hate fishing in Minecraft too. I probably didn't like fishing in RuneScape. There was a time where I played RuneScape a lot, but I don't really remember it. Do you fish in Club Penguin ever? Because I played that as a kid. I don't know why I'm thinking specifically of online games now. But, the only thing that from Club Penguin that I remember doing are the secret agent missions and, the, like, is it Card Foo or something? The card game. That's what I did in Club Penguin. That and go to the like disco place with friends of mine and try to find ways to say the F word and shit. Most of my times on online games were spent swearing. I don't know if I've ever said it in a LP video, but it was actually almost just about 10 years ago. It was like 2009, I believe, 2008 maybe. I think it was 2009. I think it was summer of 2009. So it was just about 10 years ago, this past summer, I believe, that I was banned from Toontown Online for calling an NPC a curse word. Like, what a dumb... Like, my mom was really fucking mad at me for using swear words on the internet, but she thought I was saying them to an actual person. But no, I was playing... Because that was when Toontown had the chat function versus the speed chat function. And my friend who I played Toontown with had, like, the chat plus or whatever the fuck, where you could say whatever. And for some reason, so anytime that you would say a word that wasn't in the Toontown, like, dictionary of approved words, be they curse words or just words that they didn't have in the game dictionary, they would appear as just animal noises to other people, and in the chat window they would come up in italics when you were typing them. And for some reason we were typing like asshole and fuck you and shit, dick or whatever on both of our accounts, and it wasn't being italicized and it wasn't showing up as woof or arf as it would have for our dog characters. And so we were kind of like, oh, this is great, we can just swear. And we thought nothing would happen, and then we got an email the next day, or rather my mom got an email the next day from Disney Interactive saying that my account had been permanently suspended for multiple violations of their bullying and cursing or whatever rule. And my mom forbade me from seeing that friend for a while. This took a much more, like, sour turn than I thought. I think this is a funny story, personally. I think I remember also getting banned from Club Penguin, but I don't really remember why. There was a time in, like, middle school and high school where I was just really killing it with getting banned from things. Usually for reasons I couldn't really get. Like, my first YouTube channel, the TimStars03 channel, I still don't know why that was taken down. If for gaming, that's literally what, in the list of rule violations, one was just gaming, and then, like, manipulating the tag system. I don't know what kind of criminal mastermind they think I am. Speaking of criminal masterminds, let's watch the last 30 seconds of this cartoon.
Well, I got rid of them for you.
I will make sure you get a pretty badge for your service.
Great. Thanks. No, really.
Yellow. Hi, boss! Oh, yep, I won't let
I think I've decided that I will just leave the last segment of this for the full final episode with all of the parts in chronological order with very little, if any, commentary over them. Just to make up for the spots like right now where I talk over the majority of it.
Well, that was easy. Sure. Follow the signs. You can't miss it.
And no, this is not a problem with my recording. I noticed while playing this that the audio in the cutscene is a little bit desynced. I'm not really sure why. I don't remember if it's a thing on the normal console version, or at least not on the PS2 or Xbox versions that I owned. This is yet another SpongeBob game that I've owned on multiple consoles. It's mostly because there was a period of transition where my main console was originally the Xbox, and then it was the PS2, so I had to switch over all my favorite games after I got rid of the Xbox to be for the PS2 instead, and now I'm playing them on the GameCube. But anyway, next time we're going to Mrs. Puff's Boating School, and we're going to do that.